about 3 years, running both writing and pretty much academic support programming. And I found Tenacity and friends and that work in the field of after-school programming.
Great. What about you?
My name is Stephanie. I'm the Director of Alumni Services for Tenacity. I've been there for about 3 years. I was looking for a job when I moved to Boston a little over 3 years ago, and I was looking for a nonprofit that's run really well, and I wanted to be somewhere where I could both work directly with students and families and schools and other community organizations, and have more to do also on the program development and management side. So I came in and basically started a formal alumni program at Tenacity in the summer of 2007.
Great. So it sounds like it's a good mix of what you were interested in sort of professionally and personally. So far, what would you say has been sort of the most memorable experience in terms of whether it's working with the kids or just different things that you may not have known just by looking at your job description?
Sure. All right. So I'd say one of my most memorable experiences so far, I've been working with Tenacity for about a year now, has been seeing my students transform from the fall to the spring in terms of grades, in terms of working with their families, and in terms of personally developing their characters. We teach life skills at Tenacity as well as academic support and tennis instruction, and just personal stories of my students has really helped me to want to continue this work.
I think for me, one of the things that I do as the alumni director is I go in and work with our 8th graders in their third and final year of our after-school program and help them decide what high school they're going to go to. It's a really complicated process in Boston to figure out where you're going to go to high school, and every high school has a different way of getting in or being assigned, or it's very complicated. So for me, I think the best time of my year is every year this time of year, actually, when kids start to find out where they're going to high school, and it's this whole big, meaningful thing for them because, high school is a big deal.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, it's a huge transition from middle to high school and being a teenager.
Exactly.
All that good stuff going on at the same time. So tell us a little bit about the mission of Tenacity. You kind of talked a little bit about that in your description, but officially what Tenacity is all about.
Sure. So Tenacity was created in 1999 by Ned Eames and Bud Schultz to help youth who are not usually in safe or healthy environments, to help them after school to learn about physical fitness, to help them with their academics, and we felt that tennis was the key component to learn both these life skills and character and scholastic development. So among the years, it's continued to grow, and we have this after-school excellence program, which is what we call ASAP. It's our personal lingo, along with our summer program, which teaches reading and tennis as well.
Okay. So it seemed like literacy, tennis, life skills. I think I saw literacy, life skills, equal tenacity. So it's a nice combination where you're learning different things. So reading is also part of it. Like, how do you integrate that into the program?
Sure. So throughout the school year, they learn a mixture of vocabulary development skills. They learn, they read short stories in the fall, and then they read chapter books in the spring. That continues in the summer, where they read chapter books along with learning tennis in the summer. So we're really trying to hype up our summer program right now. It just opened, and those are the main components, like I said, the literacy plus the life skills plus the tennis is what makes Tenacity.
Great. So it's an interesting combination. So between the two of you, I was wondering, have you both played tennis, or do you play tennis now?
We're probably not two of the best people from our organization to have representing that. I actually used to go to summer camp, and I know how to play tennis. I'm just not good at it. So, but luckily that was not a requirement for my job.
To get involved. What about the kids? Like, for them to sign up and join, do they have to already be a player?
Not at all. Not at all. In fact, the expectation that very many of our students are going to go on to be great tennis champions. It's not about that really. Although we'd be thrilled if
the next
Serena
and Venus.
We do. I mean, we do hope that a certain number of them will be good enough and love the sport enough to go on and play in high school, maybe college. But really, for us, it's a vehicle to get them to have discipline, a love of being active, physical fitness, just holistic health, really.
Yeah, I think it's a nice combination because a lot of time you're in school all the time, and so you don't want to go in an after-school program with like more school, which some kids do like it, and you do get the help. But I think it's a nice combination where you do a lot of different activities. You do some physical work, which I know now gyms are not necessarily part of the school anymore. So it's a nice way to sort of be fit, learn about being healthy, and then still do your academics in an after-school program. So you talk a little bit about, I know there's the year-round program and there's the summer program. So technically there's always something going on throughout the year. So how do you start recruiting the kids to join Tenacity?
Well, I don't know. There's the summer program. Margaret can speak more about the school year program, probably.
Okay. So for the school year program, we are starting to recruit end of May.
Okay.
We recruit our 5th graders. We ideally want a 3-year trajectory. So the students will join Tenacity their 6th grade year. They'll be beginners in tennis. Ideally, most of them are beginners, and they'll learn the fundamental skills. We'll teach them what we call our cool words, 100 cool words, which are new vocabulary terms that they learn to help them with their reading.
Okay.
So in terms of recruitment, it starts in May. It goes throughout the school year. We're having open houses. We're meeting with parents. We're making phone calls and just continuing to recruit those students in our schools.
Okay.
I don't know too much about the summer program.
Yeah.
Well, I'll just add. I'll add to what Margaret said. She mentioned our schools, but our kids. In order to be in our program, you have to attend one of our 5 partner middle schools.
Okay.
So while we'd love to take kids from all over the city of Boston, we can only take kids right now who are attending the partner middle schools.
5
Right.
that you have right now.
Right. And then for the summer program, as long as you are between 6 and 16 years old and a resident of Boston, you're in. So we have 25 park sites around the city. You can go to one that's convenient for you. We serve, our program runs for little kids in the morning and older kids in the afternoon.
Okay. So during the winter, what happens there? Now I'm sure it's a little easier in the summer to sort of play outdoors.
Oh, you mean for just programmatically what happens in the winter?
Yeah.
Our after-school program is our focus from September through May, basically, and it's our more intensive program. Even though we serve over 4,000 kids in the summer program, and our school year program is only about 200 kids, but it's an extremely comprehensive, intensive curriculum, both on the tennis and literacy side. So all of our attention is pretty much there.
Still there. Okay.
Yeah.
So once you're in 8th grade, and then let's say you graduate from the usual program. So what do they do?
Then they get to my they're in my hands then. The graduates of our after school excellence program, that 200 number, when they graduate, they become alumni.
Okay.
And that means that their years of a formal structured after school program are done, but they still have access to a whole range of support through academic support services, tutoring, things like that, after-school homework help, a scholarship program where they can earn money for college based on good grades, and also just all kinds of personal support. We also employ them in the summers. We help them connect with leadership opportunities, community service type work, and pretty much anything you can think of, continuing tennis opportunities. So we try to stay with them through the alumni program all the way from when they start the 9th grade. And our oldest alumni right now are about 23 years old and out of college. So we really try and be there for them. It's a different level of support at different times of their educational pathway, but we're there for them.
Yeah, I think it's nice that they can always come back to Tenacity and play a different role. And so, because I know sometimes you get to a certain age and it's done. It's okay, you're not in 8th grade or 7th grade anymore, so now it's go do something else.
We love our alumni.